Welcome all of you. In this lecture, we studied about or discuss about adulteration of cement and the storage of the cement. First, we go through the point that is adulteration of the cement. It is defined as addition of visible or invisible contaminants to the cement that alters the standard composition set by the manufacturing company of cement. And the cement that is being altered is known as adulterated cement. The material that are used to make a cement adulterated are flash, clay, silt, etc. And this process is known as adulteration. So the process in which the some materials like flash, clay or silt particles are added into the cement, and this property also they affect on the standard of cements and the property of a cement. And this process, that is the addition of the other materials into the cement, is known as the adulteration of a cement. There are some process or the steps are involved to identify the adulteration of cement. That is, the adulteration of cement means addition the other than cement. When the materials are added into the cements, then it is known as the adulteration of the cement. Then we go for the identification of adulteration of the cement. To detect adulteration in cement, following tests are conducted. First, take a sample of cement and burn it for 20 minutes on a steel plate. If there is change in color, then cement is impure. We have to take some sample of cement and burn it for 20 minutes on a steel plate. If the change in color of a cement, then it is known as the adulterated, or there is a impurities are present into the cement. Next, color of cement should be greenish gray. When we open the bags of cement and we see the cement, then its color should be greenish gray. If there is some other color is appear of a cement, then we say that it is having some impurities or contains some impurities. Third, throw a handful cement in a bucket full of a water. The cement should be float for some time before setting in water. If it is suddenly settled down in a water, then it is subjected to the adulteration. So at a site, we have to take a handful cement and water full of a bucket, and so the bucket is placed and water is added into the bucket, and then we throw the handful cement into that water. So it should be float for some time, and then it settle down into the water. If it not float for some time and suddenly settle down, then it is considered that the cement is subjected to the adulteration. So this is about adulteration and determination of or how to test adulteration of a cement. And next is storage of cement. The storage of cement is important factor on a site to avoid wastage or to avoid the loss of. So here some instructions are given about storage of cement. First is store cement in a building or in a shade which is dry, leak proof and moisture proof as possible. So store the cement in a building or a room which is leak proof and moisture proof. There should be minimum number of windows in the storage building. So there are not required the number of windows or more size windows to avoid contact with the air or the moisture. Next, stack the cement bags of the floor on wooden planks in such a way that so that it is about 150 mm to 200 mm above the floor. So the cement bag should not be stored directly on the ground or on the floor. There should be some arrangement is made such that the cement bag should be stored about 150 mm to 200 mm above the floor or ground. Maintain the space of 600 mm all around between the exterior wall and the stacks. So while storing the cement, there should be a gap provided between the external walls and the cement bag, minimum 600 mm, all around the walls, and the stacks should be having the 600 mm difference between them. Stacks the cement bags close to each other to reduce the circulation of air. So the cement bags should be close each other's or the stacks each other so that to avoid the circulation of air. The height of stack should not be more than 10 bags to prevent the possibility of lumping under pressure. So that the height of stack should be maximum 10 bags. More than 10 bags should not be stored in a single stack because due to the pressure or due to the possibility of the due to the pressure, there may be a possibility of formation of the lumps. The width of the stack should not be more than 4 bags length or 3 meter. So the stack width should be having the maximum 3-meter length or the 4 bags. Stack the cement bag in such a manner so that it facilitates their removal and use in order in which they received. It means the bag received first should be used first. So store such a way that the bags which are received first should be used first. When it is required to store the cement along the for the long time or during monsoon, completely enclose the stack by waterproofing membranes such as polyethylene. In monsoon, if you store the cement, then it should be closed so that it should not subjected to the setting. Use the polyethylene covers or other covers or the plastic papers. Different type of the cement must be stacked and stored separately. If on a site there is a different type of cement is used for the different types of the works, that is for RCC work, for masonry work, is different type of the cement is used in at a site, then it should be stored separately so that it is easy to identify and easy to use. So it is these are the guidelines regarding storage of cement. Next is effect of storage. The reduction effect of storage is reduction in the strength of cement. If the fresh cement is there, then there is reduction is nil, no reduction in the strength. If the cement is used after 3 months, that is if cement is stored for 3 months and then we use for the work, then there is reduction in the strength is about 15%. If the cement is stored for the 6 months, then the reduction in the strength is about 25%. If the cement is stored for 12 months or 1 year, then the reduction in strength or in a hydration rate is 40%. And if cement is stored for 24 months, that is for 2 years, then the reduction in strength is about 52%. So use the cement, fresh cement should be used on a site. So the cement should be stored such a way that it should be used as early as possible, and the bag received first should be used first. So these are the points, that is the adulteration, storage of cement, and effect of storage of a cement. With this point, we end this topic number 2, that is the cement. First, we see the aggregate topic, and next is our this topic is cement. So, with this point, we end the topic cement. Thank you for joining with us. Thank you very much.